Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Hope you guys are all doing well. As usual, coming into the stream, please make sure you are subscribed if you're not already. Ring that notification bell to know whenever my videos begin. And always smash the like button for the YouTube algorithm or for my cute little mushroom over here. I just want to share this with you guys. I think this little thing's so cute. I actually have a lot of little thingies that I can hang on my bag and stuff. And like I have so many of them that I didn't get the chance to show this one off on any of my purses yet. But the whole concept of like Mario and how when you eat a mushroom, you just grow bigger is hilarious to me. And when you eat a star, you become a rainbow and really powerful. It'd be really cool if in real life we had these things. So kudos to the people who came up with this whole Mario concept. I absolutely love it. And to this day, I don't have a top favorite game besides probably Mario Party and also Super Mario Kart. So, anyways, for those of you guys also that have not checked out my Rakuten link, definitely recommend you checking out Rakuten app. It is one of my favorite apps because not only did when I signed up, they had this special $40 promo. Now it's down to like $30, but I spend $40 and I get $40 cash back. Yeah, I know it sounds insane, but that's actually what you get. And right now their promo is back down to the normal $30 range. It might change every now and then, so keep an eye out for it if you want to. But definitely use my link. You can get $30 right now from Rakuten cash back after you spend your $30. So you literally can buy anything that's partnered on the Rakuten app. So for example, they have like I think Walmart, Sephora, like Best Buy. There's just like all these other websites, like even Dyson products. You can buy Dyson products, but just through the Rakuten app. So check it out if you haven't already. Link down below and pinned to the top of the stream. Hi there, legendary Chase. Welcome. Is that a magic 8 ball? And I would destroy you in Mario Kart. I don't think so, bud. I'm really good. Like, I think I am one of the best Mario Kart players that I know of. But some of my friends may argue that they are much better. I get very competitive. Um, Actually, in Japan, I think you can do like the real one where you dress up in like the characters' outfits and whatnot. I have to try that and see just how good I am because I like to compete with some people, some strangers I don't actually know, and beat them in real life. So I just saw this was from Jerry News. Okay, I just lost it, but it was on Jerry News that said Justin Bieber had canceled all the rest of his tours. I didn't even know he was on tour again because I remember that he was like made a video about this like on one of my live streams where he talked about Ramsay Hunt syndrome. I think that's what it's called. But again, do your own DD entertainment purposes only. He had this like syndrome where like half his face, I think like the muscles, it wasn't working. I know with like Bell's palsy syndrome, you could also have that effect where like half your face just like the muscles don't work. But he had that and he showed it in one of his videos and he was like, that's the reason why like I think he wasn't able to do his tours. And now I don't know if there's like been any explanation, but a lot of people obviously are saying that it could be that. And a lot of people are on TikTok are obviously still bashing Hailey Bieber, which is crazy. Like, I'm kind of all for the drama, not gonna lie. Sometimes I'm like, I'm too old for this. And then other times I'm like, you know what? I think I'll only be too old for it if I don't know who like the people that are involved are. But I am a fan of Selena Gomez. So all this stuff is just like literally watching a reality TV show that happens to involve actual celebrities that are not a part of a reality TV show together, that is. So I find it all interesting. I think I know all of the information there is to know now, though, unless there's more information to know. But everybody on TikTok seems to say that, like, I was going to say Elon Musk canceled his tour. All the people on TikTok are saying that Justin Bieber canceled his tour because of this whole entire Selena Gomez versus Hailey Bieber situation. And who knows, maybe he has to take care of Hailey, who's his wife. And I can't imagine right now what it would be like to be her. So I kind of feel bad for her in a sense that like literally everyone and their mothers and their neighbors and their coworkers are like unfollowing her and just making some really rude videos on TikTok. So I am not a part of that. I'm not going to make fun of her looks or make fun of her as a person, simply just kind of based off of all this stuff that's out there on TikTok. Like, yes, I do think some things are too coincidental. And when you have too many coincidences, I do kind of feel like, in a sense, she does. I don't know if it's intentional, but it does turn out to look like. She copies a lot of Selena Gomez's style and things that she does. So, team Selena. But besides that, I don't think she's a horrible person and, like, super, super evil, like, a lot of people are painting her out to be. Yeah, I hope it stops soon, to be honest, because I think it's kind of, like, turned into this, like, a monster of a thing now, where just, like I'm like, "It's been a week, I feel like, about this whole thing," and it just hasn't stopped, like, every time I go on TikTok, I'm actually, like, a little bored because there's no new information, it's just literally, like, the same stuff over and over again, talking about their eyebrows, and then just kinda, like, pulling out old receipts, so unless there's any new information, I just kinda feel bad for the girl now. So maybe that's why Justin Bieber is gonna be canceling his tours, which kinda sucks for his fans, but at the same time, I find it kind of, like, awkward for him too because, I mean, he's also a celebrity. Do you use your platform and step out and kinda defend your wife? Or maybe she doesn't want to be defended by him? Like, it's kinda big question mark because a lot of people are kind of, like, bashing Justin and saying, like, "You should be standing up for your wife," but I think it really depends on the girl too and their personality. Like, I don't think I would want my man to come out and, like, defend me, especially since people are already saying that, like, she's only famous because of Justin, and then if he comes out and says something, I think it's just gonna work in favor of what everyone has been saying, and that she doesn't really have, like, a leg to stand on because all her fame was thanks to him. So I kinda think that it kinda makes sense why he shouldn't say anything, like, kinda get in between the ladies. But yeah, it's very, very awkward right now. Thank you, Legendary, for the super chat. You still doing crunches and 1,000 steps? I've been kinda bad with the 1,000 steps. Sorry, just pulling out my watch to see, like, how many steps I've even taken today. Yeah, it's been a very bad month for me, obviously, because I was sick for, like, half of February coming back from my Vegas trip, but, I'm on, like, 5,000 steps right now. It's not good. I don't think I'm gonna make it to my, 10,000 steps today, especially since I'm deciding to do a stream right now. I'll try to, like, move around more later while I'm watching shows when I'm done this stream. I have been doing my 200 crunches every night. I've been pretty consistent with that. Just kind of harder with the steps because also in California, for those of you guys that aren't here, it's been literally like Seattle for 2 weeks plus. So that was also hard. I feel like for me to go out and, like, walk around, even, like, just, like, chilling around the house and, like, walk in the yard and stuff, it's been hard. So, yeah, I'll try to do better later on. I don't wanna stop the 10,000 steps just because I keep reading articles that says, like, you could live longer if you walk more. And I'm like, "I guess I'm not gonna live as long anymore because I just haven't been really keeping up with it." But I'll get back into the whole thing. I have been doing my sit-ups, though. I refuse to give that up. Or is it sit-ups? No, crunches? I think I've been doing crunches. I always get those 2 mixed up. Floki, hi there, low roller scratcher. Even Floki went up crazy last month. Doge Mars is next. Uh, I hope so. I mean, honestly, I don't have very, very high hopes for any crypto just for all of this year, like 2023. Like, I hope that everything goes well and magically does a 60x. Um, but I more leaning towards that not happening unless Bitcoin magically moves up. Dogecoin's the only one that's kind of like, I guess, a wild card. I think we can also add Doge on Mars to it as well. Any meme coins, meme stonks, honestly, are like out of question. Uh, I still think that Bitcoin should go up before Dogecoin goes to 69 cents even, but meme coins probably has more of a shot than anything else. I don't really have Floki. I don't buy Floki. I never have. So good for Floki, folks. Doge on Mars, I hope is next because I still have Doge on Mars. Um, have you noticed your Doge on Mars going recent? Oh, sorry. No, I have actually not been looking at Doge on Mars. I have too many random cryptos, guys, and I have too many accounts. So I don't really check all of them, and that's fine. I hope to be one of those people that, like, checks in 10 years and is like, "Whoa, I guess that random little decision I made 5 to 10 years ago really made me a multimillionaire now. Just kidding. I have no idea if Doge on Mars will ever go to the moon. But let's talk about Bullet Train. This movie's old now, I guess, because it's 2022 and I totally watched it way too late. But I had friends who watched it in theaters that tell me it was pretty good. So then I decided to just like recently watch it on Netflix because that's how late I am. I had to watch it after it got on Netflix. I'm looking at it right now on Google. What the heck? It's at 54% on Rotten Tomatoes. Okay, I did not check Rotten Tomatoes. I don't really check out, like, any films before I watch it, what the rating is, because I like to make my own decision, and I disagree. I do not think that it deserves 54%. I personally really liked it. It got 7.3 out of 10 on IMDb. I would give it honestly, it was really entertaining. I liked it. This is, like, still a one-time, like, watch for me kinda thing, but I would give it, like, a solid 7.9, maybe even 8 out of 10 for Bullet Train. I thought it was really fun, like, quick action film, but that was, like, funny. It was r you have to be open to, like, a really silly and non-serious style of, like, an action film, I guess, to be into it. So if you are looking for more of, like, I don't know, like, a serious, deep, deep plot, then you'll be disappointed, but I just went into it, like, having no idea what the heck I was watching. I did not watch the summary or, like, look at a trailer or anything like that. I just went into it with an open mind, and I really liked it. And so if you're gonna watch it, then don't watch the stream, but spoiler, a lot of it, like, they talk about luck in it a lot, and basically it's like vengeance, a lot of luck playing out, and hitman, right? Like, the whole thing is takes place on a train, bullet train, in Japan, and you have all of these people that were kind of pulled together by this one guy who wanted revenge on all these hitmen, and Brad Pitt is the main character. He is great as usual. I kind of feel like he's like the same guy. I don't know if anyone else feels this, but I feel like Brad Pitt is like the same person in like almost all his films. I'm not saying he's a bad actor, but it's just like it's his style. It's like his personality. I feel like who can I say is similar to him? It's like Ryan Reynolds. Ryan Reynolds has like this thing about him, and also as you can see, I watch R.I.P.D. Rest in Peace Department recently. That's just because it was like one of the recommended ones on Netflix last night, and I watched it. That I would give it like honestly like 5.5 out of 10. I would never watch it again. I don't really recommend people watching it for R.I.P.D. I did like Bullet Train, but it wasn't so bad that I had to like shut it off halfway. I did finish watching R.I.P.D. and it was relatively short. It was like under 2 hours of a movie, and I just thought both of them were interesting. Sorry, let me talk about Bullet Train first. I thought the concept of like luck and how like the main character, Brad Pitt's character, was just like so unbelievably lucky. And when kind of like shots are taken at him and like knives were thrown at him, he would be able to dodge it with like a cell phone and all these things. It really makes me think about like just real life and the people that I know and the people that I know and their acquaintances and just these stories that I hear about luck. I find it very interesting because it also reminds me of this other movie. I totally forgot the name right now, but remember there's that movie where this girl kind of survived a plane crash. It was like within the last 3 years. She survived a plane crash and she's like one of like the only people that lived on the plane. And so she was considered like extremely unbelievably lucky. So then these like ultra wealthy people decided to like make bets on her life and see if she would die again if you put her in like kind of like this crazy game that, like, the rich people threw her in. It's kinda like a Hunger Games situation, but she didn't find out until, like, the end of it. Um, Makes me think about that. Not, like, about the fact that rich people, yes or no, do they do this type of stuff and test people's luck, which who knows? Maybe they do. Um, really sick, wealthy people out there. Um, but it just makes me wonder, like, is it possible to have people out there who are just unbelievably lucky? So let me know what you think down in the comment section below, or if you know of any stories or people out there that you think are just like almost hard to believe, like just how lucky they are. Like things like, I don't know, winning the lottery twice or winning a car from, like, a cup of coffee, like, 3 times. I don't think I know anybody who's, like, crazy lucky like that, where you make like, one would question, like, where this luck is coming from and, like, are they just in fact so lucky that anything that they do, when competing with, like, other folks, like, other regular folks who don't win the lottery 3 times a year and whatnot, um, like, they have an edge. I personally never have met anybody like that, but I'm always curious, and, like, that type of stuff makes me wonder if there is kind of like this unknown, deeper layer of, I don't know, meaning going on in our universe, and you can't really measure it, you can't see it, but it's there, and I like to think, or personally, I like to think that everything's tied to something, like karma. So your luck doesn't just mean luck, it's more like your good karma kind of, like, coming back, and I like to think that usually when I see someone who's, like, very lucky, it's because they're just, like, generally a really nice person, and likes to give back, right? So, kind of like the universe will give them the good luck so they can, like, balance it and even it out and do more good in the world. So, it's because I'm just like every other person that likes to make sense of things. I think that that's why I try to think of it like that, but then it's not like I haven't seen bad people, people that I think are bad, get lucky as well. So that's I don't understand that. Is R.I.P.D similar to Ryan Reynolds slash Jeff Bridges' movie from 2013? I think that is the one, Henry. I don't know that guy's name. Jeff? Hold on, let me pull it up. That is the exact movie from 2013, Henry. That is the one I watched. R.I.P.D is from 2013, but it popped up for my Netflix. And, let's okay, hold on. I'm gonna see what the rating is on Google because I watched it again without knowing the ratings. I watched it till the end, and like I said, it's one of those where, like, Ryan Reynolds feels like the same person, and I realized he's, like, really into these, like, fictional, kind of, like, ultra like, I don't know, alter universe anime, like, characters. Like, he does a lot of those characters. Because 'cause wasn't that other movie within the last, like, 3 years as well? What's it called? Uh, Guy? Guy. Yes, where he's, like, literally a video game character. So, like, I think he's kind of, like, always that same person, and he just happens to be in these films that are, like, just fictional, but involving all these very hard to believe, animated things, but I think this movie honestly was, like, 5.5, 5.5, 5.6. Let's see. Oh, okay. I think my rating was pretty spot on for this. If you go on Google, you'll see it's 12% on Rotten Tomatoes. I have not seen a 12% in a very long time. And, 5.6 out of 10 on IMDb. I think I vibe more with IMDb than I do Rotten Tomatoes because Rotten Tomatoes didn't seem to like Bullet Train, and I did. But I do recommend watching Bullet Train if you've never watched Bullet Train. Hi there, Aiden. A free guy. My bad. It wasn't just called Guy. I had half of it. Why is everyone talking about it now? Saw it on another thread tonight. Are you talking about R.I.P.D? I think it's just like I said, it's because it's popping up as like I forgot if it was trending on Netflix. That's why it popped up and I saw it. So I was like, okay, let's just watch it. Or was it actually one of the top 10 movies? One or the other. Like it's only being watched, I feel like, because it's either new on Netflix or it's being pushed up on, like, the Netflix homepage. It's kinda crazy if you think about it, like, just how much control Netflix has. That's why I love Netflix, and I mean, like, in terms of stonks, DRNDD, entertainment purposes only, but in terms of stonks, if Netflix ever dropped, like, a crazy amount, I'd definitely buy it because 'cause I'm for it. Even with, like, their whole anti-password sharing and, like, all that jazz, I like their original stuff. Like, I think Netflix original content, they know what they're doing. I like it. And right now they were bringing back, like, a lot of these, like, big hit movies, not original, like, Netflix content, but I think they're doing well. So, it's just a lot of control. But anyways, like I was saying, even though they have a lot of control, it's good to know that there's, like, other competitors because if it's only Netflix, it'll be pretty wild. like whatever they bring up would just be like the most popular thing ever. Hi there, Chilchility, welcome. You sound better. We should play in Twitch sometime though. I mostly play COD. Call of Duty. Okay, and I thought you were doing sit-ups, not crunches. I don't know. I forgot again. I can never remember what I'm no, crunches is what I thought I was doing originally at first. So no, you're right. I'm doing sit-ups. 'Cause I was saying it wrong, I was saying crunches, and then people were like, "You're doing sit-ups." So I think I'm doing 200 sit-ups. Whatever. I lay down, I put my knees up, and then I crunch my back towards my knees. Whatever you call that, that's what I'm doing. Um, it's bad though because I feel like I'm not really getting crazy results. It's probably because I can't stop eating um, so many snacks, but I thought I would have, like, abs by now. If you told me that I was going to do this for, like, more than 2.5 years, I think I've been doing this for, like, 3 years almost. Because I started during the pandemic in 2020, like, doing 100 sit-ups a day, and then I turned into, like, 200 a day. I've been doing it consistently for so long now. I would have thought I would have, like, mad abs by now, but I don't. My stomach is harder than it ever was my whole life. I could keep it up, but it's kinda disappointing now that I think about it, that I don't have, crazy apps. Um, what else did I want? Oh, okay, this was kinda crazy to me, and again, like, kinda made me think about, like, just overall luck in life. So I don't know if you guys also saw this, it was, like, on Fox News, popped up, and, like, a bunch of other news articles are reporting it along with, like, NPR. So, apparently infections from Naegleria fowleri, I don't even know how to pronounce that, Naegleria fowleri are possible when people use contaminated tap water in nasal rinses. So, a man in Southwest Florida recently died after becoming infected with a rare brain-eating amoeba, which state health officials say was possibly as a result of a sinus rinse practice utilizing tap water. So basically died apparently because they like used tap water. I'm assuming just like tap water in public, not from home, and like did a nasal rinse. And it's insane to me because that could have been me. I do a lot of like nasal rinses because when I was younger, I would always have these nose bleeding like problems. Like my nose would constantly bleed. And like I had this doctor one time tell me like that he has a patient who was just like me in terms of like sensitivity around the nose area and dryness. And he was like, I taught my patient to just like constantly use tap water, just like your regular sink bathroom water. I didn't tell me to go to public or like go to a river, but he was like, yeah, just every single day, breathe in, breathe out the water in your nose. Basically, keep your nose hydrated with water, like as many times a day as I can, but at least like once or twice, morning and night. And I started to do it, and I swear to God, it did work for me because like after I started to do that, within like 1 year, I realized like I wouldn't get those constant like nosebleeds anymore. But again, that is not health advice. What works for me may not work for you, and don't go out to public and use random water that could possibly be infected with brain-eating amoebas. But yeah, this guy, like, that's just so unlucky, in my opinion. Like, it's very sad to see because he did something. He did something that, like, I would do, and a lot of other people I know that don't have, like, a nose bleeding problem, but maybe just, like, rinses their sinuses like that, would do. Like, it's so wild that all these things can happen. And now I think about I was saying this to my SO and I'm like, that's crazy because I don't really think about brain eating amoebas when I go places. And now it's like I kind of have to. Or I'm more scared of like death now that I'm older than I was younger. Like when I was younger, I think I just also wasn't aware of these things. Like I always thought about it like when I was 10 years old, I remember jumping into a river or a lake. I forget which one, but I was, like, on some type of a trip with school, and then, like, jumped into something, and it was, like, really gross, like, muddy-looking waters, and I submerged my whole body plus head, like, into it, like nobody's business, and as a kid, I guess I just because I wasn't aware of all those things, but even as a kid, I remember thinking like, "Yeah, it could be dirty." Like, yeah, could be some stuff in there that I shouldn't get all over my face and into my nose, but I didn't think of it deeply enough or understand that there is such a thing as like brain eating amoeba. So, needless to say, if I ever have children, I'm going to be telling them scary stories about all the dirty things that be in public water out there, even from tap water outside, or even from, well, the ones in your home. I think depending on where you live, um, at least the ones in my house, I know are shouldn't have brain eating amoeba. But then again, to be extra careful. I heard that, but wouldn't everyone get infected too? Water also goes into our noses in the shower too. No, 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 Henry. This isn't from the home. At least from what I'm reading, it says infected with rare brain eating when people use contaminated tap water and nasal rinses. But I swear someone told me, again, check it. But someone told me this wasn't in a house, like this was in public. So I'm kind of picturing like I wouldn't a beach, like, let's say I wouldn't go to Santa Monica and, like, get tap water in the public outdoors that's available, like, by the beaches and, like, a lot of, um, resorts, beach resorts and stuff like that. You know how you can get, like, that type of water? I don't think that type of water is as clean as, like, depending on where you're staying. So, like, for example, this one hotel in Fairmont, um, Banff Fairmont Hotel in Canada, their water is, like, fresh spring water. So, I don't expect there to be, like, a brain-eating amoeba in there. But then again, uh I guess time will tell if later on it happens. Nasal sprays are a thing, Ironhawk says. Yeah, I don't use nasal sprays. I know I have people in my family that use it. I've tried it, and it didn't really work out for me. I think I told you guys I got sick one time, and I was recommended to use a nasal spray, and it just made me more sick. Just maybe it was just me, but yeah, and ever since that time, it was after Spain. I was like, "No, thank you. I don't think I wanna do that anymore." Knees up are sit-ups, Chill says. Crunches are more we effective along with leg lifts. Yeah, I need to work harder on my workouts. I haven't been really creative. I keep saying, like, I want a better butt, so I should do more, like, squats, but I have been very lazy about that. Hold on, did you go in Canada recently? You heard Netflix password sharing banned in Canada. Netflix password sharing is banned in Canada. I've been to Canada recently, and I was using my Netflix over there, and I've been sharing password. I It's been working out for me. I feel like it worked when I was in Canada, sharing passwords. But that was when did I leave? Like January. So I don't know what the newest update in Canada is now, but lots of things happening in Canada. I know that like Target used to be in Canada and then like now there's no Targets in Canada. And recently I just saw that Nordstroms are all going to be closing down in Canada. What's next? BBBY, Bed Bath& and Beyond. Um, that's the report I just saw. I think I posted on my Instagram story where they're saying, like, if you're in Canada and you unfortunately have Bed Bath& and Beyond gift cards, that those gift cards will be useless in Canada by, I wanna say May of this year or something like that, because 'cause they're gonna be closing down all the locations. So GG. Yeah, Ironhawk, I know. Canada's getting wild. In February, Canada sharing password is banned in Netflix. Oh, okay, so I, like, pieced out just in time. Um, so yeah, Henry, I don't know, we're just gonna have to figure that out, with how this person really hold on, let me see if I can find this. It's also on NBC News. Poor Florida man. Is it, like, from his home, though? That does freak me out if you really like, it's from his home. But I feel like people are telling me that this was in public tap water. So let's see. N. fowleri is a single-celled organism that can be found in soil and fresh water around the world. It likes heat and grows best at high temperatures, according to the Centers of Disease Control and Prevention. So infections are mostly commonly reported in the summer. Ooh, most come from swimming in warm lakes or rivers. Okay. I will swim in less warm lakes and rivers. Overall, such infections are very rare, arising only when contaminated water enters through the sinuses. Huh. So I guess even if I go into a lake or a river when it's warm, it's still rare and it's more through the sinus, I guess, into the brain. So I guess if it's below the neck, lower chances of that brain-eating amoeba getting at me. You cannot quote this is on NBC, by the way, you can check it out yourselves. It says, quote, "You cannot be infected by drinking tap water," the health department emphasized in its statement. Good to know, man. The agency urged members of the public to use distilled or sterile water. They rinse their sinuses, a practice that typically involves neti pots. So there you go, guys. If you are one of those people that rinse your sinuses, you should be using distilled or sterile water. I'll remember to tell that to the people that I know that uses sinus rinses. Tap water should be boiled for at least 1 minute, and so this is also from the release. Tap water should be boiled for at least 1 minute and cooled before sinus rinsing. Wow. It's intense. This makes me think about, like, what my dad says. My dad refuses to drink water. Like, like so at home, I have my Brita filter. Made a video about Brita filters. I totally made a hole into mine. But I just take tap water and I pour it into my Brita filter, cold water. And then that's it. And I just drink it. But, like, my dad refuses to drink that because he says, uh, there could be lots of diseases and illnesses you could get, and he believes, I don't know where he gets this, but he thinks that, like, you can live longer if you drink water that is, like, cooked, boiled, so I guess whatever is basically ready for the sinus rinses and stuff, he's down to drink. So that kind of I find that interesting, because if that's the case, maybe I should start boiling my water. I actually have been boiling my water recently, though. Like, I take my Brita filter water and I've been pouring it into a kettle and I cook it before I drink it just because I've been sick for 2 weeks and it's been rough to drink cold water, so I've just been drinking hot water. Maybe I'll continue this practice. There were 3 confirmed cases of N. last year, according to the CDC, which occurred after exposure to fresh water in Iowa, Nebraska, and Arizona. Not going to random lakes and rivers, at least not so I can submerge my nose. I'm gonna avoid that. Your dad or grandpa probably grew up in poor countries. Maybe he doesn't trust tap water. Low roller scratcher. Um, I mean, my dad's always been poor growing up, so yeah, I think that's definitely one reason. But I feel like his what he told me though wasn't a practice that he did as a kid, like, he's trying to tell it to me as in, like, this is what he believes in now kinda thing, or at least within, like, the last decade. So, I mean, whatever floats people's boats. For me, reading all of this now, I'm surely more convinced that maybe I should cook my water. I getting, a water heater soon. Like, what do you call that? Yeah, like a water heater machine? Yes, water heater machine, I think that's what it's called. But you guys will see that in my product review once I get it. Waiting for it to be shipped to me soon. Um, and now I guess most of my water will be cooked. But I got it because, like, I was just sick and tired of cooking in my kettle, for, like, drinking tea, making instant coffee and stuff like that. I just didn't wanna keep cooking it in a kettle, so got one of those water machines. Most crypto up most crypto up again over 24 hours, Henry says. Guess the Silvergate thing was more of a tan or brown swan. A tan or brown swan. Oh, instead of like a black swan event. Love it. I've never actually seen a black swan. That'd be really cool. I want to see a black swan. But yeah, I'm glad I bought the dip yesterday. The thing is, though, we need it's not so much like any tan swan events or any bad news. I just think, like, crypto needs a really giant Hulk-like pump. That's what we need. We need some, like, really awesome, like, sweet, good news because it's just a whole bunch of little meanie bad news, and then whenever I feel like crypto moves up, it's just really thanks to the stock market moving up, so it's not quite good enough. Waiting for some good news to happen, like, one major big piece to kind of, like, deflect everything that happened with FTX US. I don't know what can really do it. You heard Wendy accept a Shiba Inu, not Dogecoin. Wait, is that true? Someone wrote that on, like, my Twitter, and then I didn't actually check it. I was like, "If Wendy's actually accepting Shiba Inu, I'll support Wendy's and buy some Frosties." I haven't had a Frosty in, like, probably 3 years, or at least 2 years, but I love Wendy's. I love their Frosties. If you've never tried it, I swear to God I invented this. Nobody will believe me, but I swear I made this up. So, I did this when I was, like, a kid. I took french fries from Wendy's, and you dip ketchup on one end, and then, like, this white sauce that they had. I forget what it's called. Is it ranch? I think it was the ranch sauce. Dip one side in ketchup, once and then, like, ranch, and then the other side, dip it in the Frosty. Eat it all together, and it tastes like butter. I swear to God. No, it sounds gross, but it's awesome. Everyone that I've made try that told me it does taste good. So just don't knock it. Just don't knock it. Just do it. Just a french fry, one end ketchup, and then dip it again so it'll be red and white on one end of ranch and ketchup, and then the other side, the Frosty. And yes, the original Frosty, so the chocolate version, because I think they have like vanilla and stuff too, but no, do the OG Frosty and just shove it in your mouth and it tastes like butter. It tastes delicious. I actually need to have some of that now, but okay, wait, hold on. I'm just gonna check if did Wendy's come out and say that they're accepting it? What the heck? Okay, Wendy's accepts Shiba Inu. I'm not gonna believe it unless I see this from, like, Bloomberg or some, like, a major news source. 3 days ago, You Today and Watcher Guru posted it. Yeah, that's not bad. At least that they have 2 sources, but I like to believe it once I see is there, like, a Wendy's tweet? I would believe it more if I see a Wendy's tweet or, like, it on Bloomberg. But, okay, let's see what You Today has to say. It says, "Shiba Inu can now be used to buy Wendy's meals and to also be spent on more than 600 other vendors, including major hotels." Okay, that's, like, really old news. We all know that you can spend Dogecoin and Shiba Inu and Bitcoin and Ethereum at a bunch of places. It just says now you can buy Wendy's meals, okay, but, like, how? Okay, wait. I'm not gonna buy into that. That does not give, like, proper info at all. Um, I will believe it next time I go to a Wendy's and I see a Shiba Inu acceptance sign. Like, there's a difference, I think. Like, people need to realize when a place simply accepts, you know, crypto period, and you're just one of the cryptocurrencies that's accepted, it's not a big deal. It's only a big deal if, like, you go to Whole Foods and you see a giant Bitcoin sign that says, "We welcome you to spend Bitcoin and buy, like, cookies over here, overpriced ones." Like, it's just it's very different, when a place simply accepts multiple cryptos and you're just one of them versus, like Elon Musk only accepting Dogecoin. Anyways, guys, I'm gonna go, but thank you so much. Gold, welcome, Ellen, Legendary, Henry, Children Chillity, thank you so much, my community members for joining. I'm gonna peace out and try to continue on with my goals of I'm totally not gonna hit that 10,000 steps today, but maybe tomorrow if I ever get my sleeping schedule in order. But I'm gonna do my sit-ups now, and then hopefully you'll see more short videos from me. Good night, y'all. Take care. I miss you all. Sorry for not posting enough live streams, but I swear I have so much content. I just need time to post them. Um, Over here and, like, on my Patreon and, like, all my platforms, there's so many more videos, and my phone is, like, just always blowing up with content that I don't have enough time to actually upload. I can't wait till, like, maybe 20, 30 years from now. It'll take, like, a second maybe to upload, like, an hour video, then life would be easier. But until then, take care. Burger King gave some of us Doge. Why not accept it now? It's been almost 2 years, right? Henry, it's all about timing. I have a feeling that the next boom for crypto, um, all the places that accepted will probably accept again, and then, like, hopefully at least 3x the amount of stores accepting crypto, mostly for Doge, I hope. Bye.